So we are going to our road segments. And then the question was, how many road segments are currently under construction? So how do we find which road segments are currently under construction? So one of the attributes of the ME blocks must say something about construction. So what do you think? Which ME block, which column would say something about construction? Of course, not road width, not road name, not surface jurisdiction. We have surface condition. If you look at the surface condition, you see one of them says under construction. So we know that this column provides information about construction. So how do we filter all those records to have only roads under construction? So do you remember, if we are here on this lookup, road surface condition, so we go there, and what do we see? We see those surface condition, good, poor. Remember when we were filtering earlier, we're filtering all those roads which are poor condition. Now the question is under construction. So what do we do? We say under construction and click OK. So now if we scroll here to the GeoID, we see there's a count 395. So the answer is, how many road segments are currently under construction? 395. Did you get the same result? So our filter on the bottom would say surface condition is any of under construction. And as we can see, under construction, all those records are under construction. So those 395 records, 395 road segments are under construction. Everybody get the same result? How many roads are currently under construction? 395.
Yes.
Nice. The question number 2. How many two-lane blocks or road segments with asphalt surface does your municipality have? So we are looking for what? Road segments with two-lane and asphalt surface. So we are looking at two attributes now, number of lanes and asphalt surface. So what do we do? First, we need to clear our previous filter with the construction, with the road surface condition. We clear. So now we can filter our other attributes. So the question was about number of lanes, 2. So we go to number of lanes, right? And we select only those ones with 2 lanes. That's the first part of the question. So if I click OK, I have all the road segments, 14,277 with 2 lanes. The second part of the question was asphalt surface. Asphalt surface. So I need to go to my surface and find those ones which has asphalt. So we go to surface, filter again. And here on the bottom, we have asphalt, right? So now this is the second condition. First one was 2 lanes. This one is surface. So we select asphalt. And then we click OK. So now if you see on the bottom, we have 4,218 road segment that are 2 lane and the surface is asphalt. And this query is right there on the bottom. So the answer is 4,218. Did you folks have the same number? So we have here, we have 2 filters. Surface is asphalt and number of lanes is 2. And the answer is 4,218. All right, let's go to question number 3. Choose any ME blocks or road segments. We have those terminology. Some objects can be called different names. So we have those ME blocks or road segments. We need to select those ones which are under the jurisdiction of KeNHA. So we go there, and again, we are going to apply a new filter. So we need to clear the filter that you have currently. So we are back to road segments, like almost 30,000 road segments there. So we are there. Now, if we are talking about KeNHA, jurisdiction of the KeNHA, what do? Of course, we go to the attribute, which is called jurisdiction. So now under jurisdiction, again, we have another filter. And then we have all those jurisdictions right here, and we are selecting our KeNHA roads. And click OK. And again, we have 477 road segments under KeNHA jurisdiction. Okay, so that's our road segments under KeNHA jurisdiction. And again, the filter is on the bottom. We are clearing to have all the segments listed. Can we go to question number 4? I guess we can. You are folks and experts now, so you can do those things pretty quick, I guess. Number 4 is find the intersection of City Park Drive at Limuru Road. Find this intersection and identify number of collisions occurred at this intersection. City Park Drive and Limuru Road. So we go there to our intersections, right? We go to intersections. I have a filter, so I'm going to clear my filter here. So we are looking for intersection City Park Drive at Limuru Road. So we go there and we have description and we can type City Park Road space at Limuru. Oh, so right there, we have this intersection here. When we found our intersections, now we can click to go to the details of that intersection. And please make a note of that ID. So it's INT 2790 2792. Sorry. No, City Park Drive, not road. So I have apologize. Need to change that. City Park Drive. So I'm gonna clear my. And again, City Park Drive, not road. City Park Drive at Limuru Road. So I'm looking for City Park Drive at Limuru Road. And please make a note of the ID, GUID, INT underscore 2790. Because there are two ways of finding number of collisions for that location. One is from the infrastructure. That's what we are doing right now. The other options I want to show you as well is from collisions. So here I'm within infrastructure, I'm selecting my location, and number of collisions are on the collision tab. Right? So now I have how many collisions? 4 collisions that are linked to that location. So here the answer is 4. Number is 4. And I was asking you to remember this number, INT 2790, because also we can find the number of collisions at that location from the collisions. So we can go to the collisions, click on the collisions. I have a filter, then I'm clearing my filter. So if you have filter as well, please clear it. And then here, there are 2 ways. You can go by the description, just like on the infrastructure, type the intersection description, or I ask you to remember this INT number, so you can type here, INT underscore 2790. So as soon as I type the intersection ID, or you can type location description, City Park Drive at Limuru, and we have all those collision records. And look, it happened that it's 4 as well. So the answer is number 4. So we can have, as you can see, we can have 2 options. We can have those collision records from the infrastructure, because all the collision records are linked to the infrastructure. So we were able to find those collision records from the infrastructure, but also when we go to the collisions, we can find the same records by looking through GUIDs or by description. Okay, and the last question, number 5. Count the number of collisions on IBD, Malaba, Eldoret, Nakuru, Nairobi, and so on. So this is the corridor, right? Because it's corridor, then it means that we are looking for the collisions that occurred at the intersections and at the road segments. So we have multiple locations here. So yes, there's an option that we can go to the infrastructure, just like for this intersection in the question 4, find the intersection along the IBD, then go to road segments, find all the road segments with IBD. But the other options, like as I was showing, is that we can find those collisions from the collisions. So let's go to the collisions and find them all along this corridor. There is a lot of typing, so I would recommend, if you have this document handy, just select them and copy the description, or you need to type it. So I'm clearing my collisions here, and I'm going to my description, and I'm pasting my description of the corridor. Right? So you can see now I have this corridor, and I have collision records that are on one of the segments, but also at the intersections. So this is the corridor with all the collision records that are here. The question was number of collisions along that corridor, and display them on the map, show them on the map and count them. So I'm cheating. There is 16 collisions here, but let's see if I select my GUIDs. So I'm selecting all those locations from the collisions, and I want to show them on the map. Then I go here. So in this case, we are going to collisions because we are looking for number of collisions record that occurred along the corridor. So therefore, we are not going to the infrastructure, but we are going to the collisions, find the infrastructure, find the record along this corridor, and now we are displaying them on the map. So now, if I zoom in, I see those collisions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can zoom in. The 2, 6. So the other, please note that we have a collision records displayed on the map based on X and Y's. So those two collision records are linked to the same road segment, but as you can see, they're close to each other. So it's not only you know that this segment has two collision records, but also they are close to each other. So that's something that to look at. Maybe there's something like, I don't know, in Canada we have many Tim Hortons coffee shop that people are turning and there's a lot of collisions. Maybe there's some entrance to some business or something that actually people are colliding with each other. So that's also the beauty of the system. It's telling you exactly location, not only the road segment, but also shows you a particular location along the road segment. And we have those, there's another locations where have very close to each other. So if we count those collision records, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oops. We have 16 dots on the map. So the answer is 16. Collisions. How are you doing? that was last question. There's more the collisions that after the collision session with Amir. Now I guess we're gonna have a break, and then we will return to the collision part of the presentation.
Good. I'd like to point out on that last question that there is an L on that corridor. You remember we had looked at that corridor earlier and we had 35 collisions on it, but now we are talking of the L, so the left hand side. So in the GIS, if the road is dual carriageway, you can have two in one. So there might be a right and there might be a left. So this one which we have done is essentially to the left, going from Mombasa towards Malaba. If you zoomed in, you saw that all the crashes were actually plotted on that side because of the L there. If we had the R, or if we had only, we didn't have the L, then it would have given us everything, including the ones which were like at the interchange. Okay.
Okay, with that, thank you very much. If there's no more questions, I will pass to Amir and Pedram.
Okay, thank you, Greg. We'll now proceed for tea break. 20-minute tea break. We'll be back at 3:45. So you'll access the room through